Welcome, everybody, to episode 12 of the DENSI podcast. We're so thrilled to have you here tonight. We have 5 amazing panelists on the line tonight, some awesome people, if you will. They're here to talk to you about their Summer Institute experiences, and we also have a first-time attendee we're going to hear from. So let's first kick it off with Sandy. Please tell us who you are, where you're from, what you do, and how many times you've attended Summer Institute.
Hi, Brandon. Thank you very much. My name is Sandy MacDougall, and I'm here in Halifax, Nova Scotia. So if you think north and east of Maine, then you're pretty much in Nova Scotia, as long as you skip over to Brunswick. So I'm one of the Canadians going to DENSI this summer, and I'm sort of holding down the whole east part of Canada, because the other Canadians are all from the west. So my job here is with Halifax Regional School Board, where I'm well, until this morning, I was a technology integration leader, and then this afternoon we changed the title, and I'm now a instructional technology specialist. So it's doing the same job, helping teachers integrate technology into their practice. Okay. And this will be my second Summer Institute.
Fantastic. And Sandy, thank you again for being here tonight. You were on last episode, so thanks for coming back.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Anne?
Hi, my name is Anne Shrode. I live near Raleigh, North Carolina. I have been an elementary technology school teacher now for a few years. I became a DEN star this spring, and this sounds like a good time to make sure that I thank you guys and Discovery Education for putting on the Summer Institute. This will be my first time attending. I'm really excited about the opportunity, and can't wait to hear what you guys have to share tonight. Thank you.
All right, welcome, Anne. Let's go to Deb.
Hi, my name's Deb, and I teach 4th grade on beautiful Cape Cod in Massachusetts, just basically south of where Sandy is. And I've been involved with the DEN since 2008. It is the best professional network of teachers in the whole world. And I was so privileged to be able to go to the DEN Summer Institute in 2011 in San Diego, and have been able to go every year since. So this will be my 4th year going, and I really do appreciate the chance to be with people. It's incredible. It's like teacher heaven. And so thank you so much, Discovery, for that chance. And that's it.
All right, Francie?
Hi, I'm Frances Snyder. I teach gifted and talented students in Manatee County, Florida. I've been involved with the DEN since 2010. This will be my 3rd Summer Institute, and I'm like with Deb. DEN is definitely a teacher's heaven. Best kept secret in education, I think. So.
All right, and once again joining us, second episode in a row, the DEN princess herself, Porter. Welcome back.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me, Brandon. I'm Porter Palmer. I am the director of the DEN Global Community, which means my job is to help educators just like you connect and collaborate and learn with each other, and one of the ways that we do that is through the DEN Summer Institute. I believe this will be my 6th DEN Summer Institute, so I'm excited to see each of you there.
All right, thank you, Porter, for joining us once again on this episode. And for those of you watching at home or wherever you are right now, just kind of what's going to happen is we're going to ask a couple questions, see where the conversation goes, and hopefully you can get some information about Summer Institute. Francie, I'm going to start with you. If you could tell me one big takeaway you've had from a Summer Institute past, or something that you would tell people, this is why you should go because...
I think this is why you should go because is definitely the connection. There is a ton of information that is definitely gone on, and you definitely learn a ton while you're there. But I think the connections that you take with you are really what is really built at the Summer Institute. I could go on and on and on about the things that I've learned at the Summer Institute, but it's definitely the connections outside of the Summer Institute that continue past that I think are the biggest takeaway. Did I answer your question?
It answered it perfectly. Deb, same question to you. What's one takeaway or something you could tell people, this is why you should go?
Well, I must say, on my very first Den Summer Institute in San Diego, I met a wonderful educator, Carol Ann McGuire. She was my suite mate, and she has a program called Rock Our World, and I brought that back, and my students since 2011 have been privileged to be part of a global project through Rock Our World. So that was a marvelous takeaway. And I'd just like to say to the new attendees, when you go, it's all about sharing, and it doesn't matter how much of an expert you are with technology. We're all along that learning curve, all in different places, and you will, wherever you are going to come back knowing that taking risks are a good thing, and I think that's what I love the most, is I'm with a bunch of educators who are willing to take a risk.
Sandy, Deb just brought up a great point. It's no matter where you are along that, education technology spectrum or education spectrum at wherever you are in there, you can always get something out of Summer Institute. What is something that you got out of Summer Institute that you might have thought, wow, I really didn't think I was going to get that coming out here?
So before I went to Summer Institute last year, I'd been on Twitter and following more and more educators as time went on. And when I got to Summer Institute, I started recognizing some names of people I followed. And I didn't follow them because I thought they were connected with the Den. I just followed them because they were educators and they were tweeting good stuff. And I met people like Hall Davidson and Tim Childers and David Fisher, and kind of at first was a bit of a, wow, these guys are kind of Twitter celebrities and educator celebrities, and then you get to talk to them and they're just teachers like us, and they all have great things to share. And so for new people, if you do happen to be in that kind of situation, don't let yourself be intimidated. Don't spend half the week admiring from afar people like Tim Childers. He's a quiet guy, and just go up to him and start chatting. Two of great sessions I attended were from Tim, and I'll be showing teachers something, in my job, and think, oh yeah, I learned that because of Tim Childers. So just be free to go up and talk to anybody, and we can all learn from each other.
Right, and I'm gonna come to you in a second, but I want to ask Porter something first. Porter, Sandy was talking about, the people you see on Twitter that might be like, whoa, this person is like really with it with ed tech, but then you come to Summer Institute and there's Tim just in the corner sitting there drinking his coffee, typing something up. What is it about this network of people that makes everyone approachable and just makes everyone just friendly and you want to be around them?
I really think that it's the whole idea of community. We work really hard at Discovery Education to enable educators to have that experience. And so the Den Summer Institute, we are very purposeful in organizing our days so that you have the opportunity for our team meetings, so that there are these chances for you to discuss in small groups. We make sure that we mix things up just enough so that you are meeting additional people, and include what I would call free time, but I know that it's not free time, in the evenings for you to connect and really get to know each other on that personal level. I try to make sure that our schedule, even though it is jam-packed with stuff, always has enough looseness to it to allow you to meld together. That's what the Den-mazing Race is all about. Our big celebration, our party that we have the last evening, all of the things that we do, we try to make sure that we are giving teachers the opportunity to connect with like-minded educators, teachers who are passionate about making a difference in the lives of kids.
All right, thank you, Porter. All right, Anne, it's your turn. From the things you've heard so far, or another concern you might have, do you have any questions for the other panelists on the?
I mean, I've looked through, the schedule, and it's like Porter mentioned, it sounds like it's jam-packed. I mean, just all these little mini sessions, which I'm so excited about. On the Twitter feed and on the Facebook page, I've been, people have been shouting out, hey, when I get there, I want to learn about this. Hey, I want to learn about that. Who else is interested? And so I've really been kind of grasping onto those, and it's been neat to find people that are interested in some of the same things I am, like video editing and using a green screen and, doing different interesting things like that I wouldn't have expected, really. So I'm just kind of soaking it all up. I don't know that I have any questions because I don't know what to ask. But one thing that's been in the back of my mind, I think I read or heard it somewhere, am I supposed to bring a costume for something?
Indeed you are. So on Thursday night, we will have a celebration, and it has a theme. Our theme for the entire week, because we are in Music City, Nashville, Tennessee, our theme will be around music. So that's what our costumes are around, that theme as well, and there is a whole lot of leeway in that. I think Brandon is going to have a question about costumes, and if anybody has any ideas for theirs, but just so you know, it is open to interpretation. I am pretty certain that someone will probably show up as a full piano or a guitar, and then there will be people dressed up as their favorite musician. So it's fully open to your interpretation.
There you go. That's a great lead-in, Porter. Thank you. Does anyone want to share anything about their costumes for the celebration night?
Can I just give Anne a bit of advice to make sure that it's not too hot or sweaty, and that you can dance in it and sit down in it, and that you're comfortable, because it's all about having a good time too. So,
or you could completely ignore those things and come as Allison Shlady did last year as a fully functioning camera.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to be too miserable in your costume all night, as Deb was saying. But yes.
Avoid balloons, because there are people with latex allergies.
Okay.
That's a little bit of advice. Avoid balloons.
Oh, there goes my Dolly Parton costume. Just kidding.
That's perfect timing, Deb.
I think we're just going to move on. Francie, I want to come to you about your DENSI story. What made you first want to apply for Summer Institute?
Actually, I applied probably right after. Well, this year it was a no-brainer. But in 2010, when I applied for the first Summer Institute, I had just become a star, and I really had very little knowledge of what I was getting myself into. This year, after you've been and really connected, you just so much want to be there again. Like Deb said, it was in heaven, teacher heaven. So I think for me, it was really a no-brainer. There's so much knowledge. It wouldn't have mattered where DENSI was going to be this year. I know there for a while there was a guessing game, and my application, I was already working on what to do before the site was even mentioned, because it doesn't matter where DENSI is. You want to be there. Parking lot, and you'd still want to be there because of the people. It's really about the people. I've made connections. There's Hills Are Live Buddies. I'm part of that group, and so we text all the time. And is your application in? It was a big race for everybody to get applications in. I have to ask, Anne, are you the one that was presented your ticket to DENSI and it was videotaped?
Yes, I was, and Porter was a huge part of that. I have never been so surprised in my entire life. That absolutely came out of nowhere. Yeah, that was the neatest, coolest experience, and it just kind of kept going for like weeks after that, you know? Everybody kept saying, oh, I saw you on this, oh, I saw you on that. And I'm like, you did? I didn't know. So anyways,
Yes,
very,
we were on TV for a whole half second.
I had people in California and Oregon, family members, who saw me on Discovery Channel, and I'm like, really? You know, so very cool, very cool.
Yes, this side of my head was on TV.
Yeah.
Well, we are, you know, lucky to be with the presence of celebrities tonight. Sandy, I want to ask you the same thing about your DENSI story. What made you first want to apply the first time you applied?
Yeah, the first time is the only time that there is any thought that goes into it. After that, it's just, as Frances said, there's no decision. And it was only a year ago, and Brandon, I can't really tell you what led me to it. I don't really remember.
Hey, that you know, that is what it is, right?
I think that my colleague Mario and I, who we both went together, we both sort of saw the opportunity and said, "Hey, this would be cool," and you know, interesting road trip for quite a number of hours because we drove down together. Yeah, so that was the to and from was fun as well as the week there.
All right, very good. All right, Porter, I want to come and talk to you. We have a couple more minutes left here about the DEN finger and anything you want to share about the DEN finger.
Sure. So for those of you who have never been to the DEN Summer Institute, Janita will probably talk you through on one of the first evenings how the DEN finger happened, just so you know. It is not something obscene. It is actually a good thing. One of the ways that, again, I go back to just sort of our core beliefs, and we believe that educators ought to be celebrated. And so way back, I think in 2006, when the Summer Institute was a series of regional events all across the United States, in San Diego, someone bought one of those foam fingers at like a game or something. And they started using it to celebrate when someone does something really great. So rather than applause in the DEN, we use our index finger and we twirl it and celebrate by exclaiming, "Woo!" And during the Summer Institute, pretty much the highest honor you can receive is the daily giving of the DEN finger. So each morning when we have our morning meeting, some new person or group will be recognized for the good that they did the previous day or the previous week, something that we've learned about, and they then become in charge of the DEN finger, tote it around for the day, and then bring it back the next day so that we can bestow it upon some other deserving folk.
Does this include Monday, the field trip day? Does the person have to carry the finger around?
It has been carried.
Nashville?
It was carried to Yellowstone.
Okay.
So it is up to that person, but it is probably highly encouraged to bring it along, yes.
Okay.
Honor.
Very good.
Finger.
Porter, is that the original finger or a replica finger you have there?
This is the one I procured in Montana.
All right.
And so it has become the official DEN finger.
Once again, we are amongst celebrities. The official DEN finger is with us here tonight.
Yes, this one is the one that went to Yellowstone.
There you go. All right. We're just about out of time, guys. Time flew by really fast. Couple things before we get going. For all things Summer Institute, all your resources that you need, make sure to hit up Edmodo for all the group chat there. or head to densi2014.com. After Summer Institute, if you're looking for ways to connect and more events, head over to denapalooza.com. 12 events throughout North America, including, if I might say, Denapalooza Anaheim, September 13th. Be there. Plug for that. And for all things Den, head to dencommunity.com. One chance for everyone else to get a last word in here. I'm going to start with you, Deb. If you want to just kind of, your final thoughts on Summer Institute or anything that we've been talking about tonight.
Well, I would just say that for anybody new, go with your arms open. If you see something going on and you want to join in, ask. I've never seen anyone not be immediately included in anything. So, you know, it's what you make it, but there are people there that are going to help you make it the most fantastic experience you've ever had.
All right, thanks, Deb. Sandy?
Totally agree with what Deb just said. And looking forward to meeting new people and meeting people that I met last year. Also want to really thank Brandon for his work on these podcasts. It's a great effort, Brandon. Thank you very much from all of us. And, thanks very much.
And, there we go. Yay,
And thanks very much to Discovery Education and the Den for making all of this possible for all of us as well. So thanks to Porter and everyone out there.
All right, Anne.
My reasons for applying for the first time this year have all been completely confirmed by hearing from all of you and all the chatter and the Edmodo page, Facebook, Twitter, everything. So I'm really excited about going. Thank you.
I'm just looking forward to seeing everybody and meeting everybody and learning from everybody, and just thank you again to the Den for everything, not just for Den Summer Institute, but for the network and the connections that you guys allow us and help us build. Thank you so much.
All right, and always, Porter, over to you for the last word.
So just a reminder, make sure that you are accessing Edmodo regularly and head over to the Google spreadsheet that I have sent you all a link to, because there's a packing list there, and any of the information about our schedule, any changes there. I'll be posting the rooming list soon, so get ready for that, and I can't wait to see all of you.
Bye.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for being on here tonight. And join us next time for episode 13 of the DENSI podcast. Have a good night.
Good night.